Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty.
Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
All right, everybody, it's the 200th episode spectacular of The Brink of Sanity. We are bringing the band back from last episode. Marc, the star of the show, and Jon. Hey, guys.
Jay, where's my goddamn music?
I forgot.
Jay,
I'm sorry.
Jay,
Am I fired?
Jay.
Are you going to let me back on next week?
I'm going to keep you on the show just because without you, the show wouldn't actually make it to the air. So, but you're treading on whatever the rest of the expression is.
Yeah, I know.
Could you just sing the music?
No, I'll do
Just sing the music, Jay. Just try to sing.
Yeah, I'm with him. I think, yeah.
Wait,
Up to the
here we go.
200th episode, an a cappella rendition would probably be out of the fucking park.
Yeah, come on.
I got something going. Introducing the greatest podcast host of all time, Marc. All right, here we go. Was that good?
Not bad. I think you'll do better next week.
Okay. I have to keep finding new epic intro music for you. Jon, if you don't know, we got an email saying Marc is the star of the show, so I've just been grinding that, been beating that dead horse for about a month now.
Oh, there's no such thing. I don't know who came up with that expression. Run that into the ground and back and down and back and down and back. Oh, yeah.
So
But I can't understand why it's probably not just the one viewer or listener that thinks that, really.
No, it's probably we when we get one email, we figure every single listener thinks that way. So
We
Right.
overreact to everything.
yeah, exactly.
If one person says they didn't like the show, we assume no one did, and we should just end the podcast.
Rearrange the letters in the Brink of Sanity. It spells Mark.
We also assume if we get one comment saying one bit was funny, that our show's about to take off.
Right, then we
Everybody.
just do that bit every
Oh,
episode.
they get it. Woo.
Get ready for 20 straight episodes with that bit in it. So let's start the show off with an email.
Okay.
We got an email. Our email is thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. And we got an email from Lorenzo. And he wrote, Jesus, that last show was a dog's breakfast. What a mess. I'm going to assume that means it was amazing. It was a mess in a hilarious way. That's the way I'm going to read that. Here in Australia, we just had the Melbourne Cup, the race that stops a nation, and everyone dresses up, and we have office sweeps, betting, and such. It's actually a public holiday in the States that it's held, which is mental. The only thing is this year is that 2 horses died not long after the race, and everyone is losing their shit about it. Is horse racing popular over there? Now, I'm assuming this is in relation to something we were talking about last week, but I have no idea what. So let's just answer his question, because I have no idea what that's in reference to.
Yeah, I'm digging, and I'm still pretty hazy about last week anyway. So
You know,
Right.
you don't
Marc?
like slur or anything when you're...
Mark was drinking water that night, so I think that he could surely dig a horse out of there somewhere.
I am pounding water again. As far as horse racing, it was popular in the 1960s, or what was that?
With Secretariat?
Yeah, Secretariat.
Is this the part of the show where we have an abnormal amount of misinformation? Because that was our email from last week.
It probably is. I don't know. Who gives a crap about horse racing? The only time people care about it is if I guess there's the 3 races. If like the Belmont and the whatever the races are.
The Indianapolis 500 and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the pen and the pen relays. If they're all won by the same horse, then everyone cares about the Triple Crown race, and everyone's excited because it's a goddamn horse. Who cares?
I think
I bet there's a lot of people severely addicted to gambling that like the ponies that would so disagree with that.
Yeah. There's definitely some racetracks that have heavy followings. It's not like a really televised event, but in certain circles,
Yeah,
it's
that's
popular.
true. It's not like movie real tone news and everything like it was back in the 20s and 30s, and like Mark was saying, even in the 50s and 60s, people don't. It's not as national a thing, but it has its niche, I would think. Where did we bring it up last week? That's where I was.
We did the entire show about horse racing last week. I don't think you remember. Anyhow, I don't understand. Like, if you eliminate from gambling from a sport and no one gives a shit about it, then no one cares about it to begin with. Because no one really, you remove gambling from it, no one really cares anything about horse racing. No one's like, oh, I've been following the career of Jolly Rider, that racehorse since he was born a year ago. I'm so excited. I was hoping
totally
that.
agree.
Yeah, like no one cares.
Yeah, that's like my argument for hockey. If they eliminated punching people in the nose, I don't think it would even be a sport anymore. I know I just pissed off a lot of people, but
yeah.
No, I agree. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
I was say all the big boxing fans there still left. Yeah.
Oh, I just hockey. I tried, and no, couldn't do it. I even because of where I live, and this has been 20 years ago. Well, what is it? Actually 20 years ago. Let's say I gave NASCAR a try for one season. I had a guy who was a football.
What about
I just know that's what horse racing is to me. I mean, NASCAR is horse racing for what, the 21st century.
Right, that's true. It's like, oh, we have cars now, so we don't need horse racing anymore.
yeah, it's just things going in circles, making left-hand turns.
There should be a horse named John Henry, and the last race they ever have, it should be that horse against one of those NASCARs, and the horse wins but dies of a heart attack at the end.
Speaking of boxing and another sport related, Ultimate Fighting. Do you guys like watch Ultimate Fighting, or I don't know what is that was I don't know if that's the main name for it.
I used to watch it all the time, but I also knew a guy who ordered every single pay-per-view because that's an expensive sport to follow. If you want to really get into it, you got to buy a pay-per-view every 6 weeks for like $50.
Doesn't most of it ends up with one guy on top of the other guy? Doesn't every match end like it looks like there were two dudes that were about to have sex, and one guy at the end was like, "I'm not gay," and just starts punching the other guy?
I mean, it depends on the fighting style. I would say probably half of them are like that, and the other half, it's two guys who like it's almost like a boxing match.
No, it's either the guy on top decided to punch the other guy, or the guy in bottom was like, "No, I'm not a bottom," and just punching the other guy. I've never
Mark
seen one
just described my senior prom night.
I just never seen a match that ended like it's just every time you could like if you just saw that clip and you weren't told it was Ultimate Fighting, you'd be like, damn, what's he doing to that other gay guy?
I don't know. It takes a little bit to get into it because they are doing stuff, not just like smelling each other. But I don't know. It takes some patience to get into that.
So
They're
here's a question.
actually almost really pummeling each other. Not quite. They got kind of little pussy gloves on, but you're almost a Fight Club, except that everybody knows about it.
Yeah, well, those gloves are more.
I'm not gay. No, why you? I'm just on top of you for random.
Exactly.
I have to be on top of you.
Yeah, but those gloves they have on are more to protect the guy's knuckles than they are to protect the other guy's face.
Oh, I've heard that, but nah. It's still gloves. Still gloves. So you have pussy knuckles instead of a pussy face. Either way, you're a pussy. Man up and get on that other man.
Get on top of him and just have sex with him because that's what everyone wants to see, apparently.
And you can even just say it in terms that if you were with a group of guys, it sounds on top of everything straight, but it's completely not. Get in there, man. Destroy him. Get on top of him. Don't let him up. Hold him down. Dominate him.
Hold him down with your erection. That was the match I was watching last night.
They should have a dick pin. That would be great. That would be great if they had to actually, the whole purpose of UFC was they both had to achieve erection, and then one guy's erection had to pin the other guy's erection for a 3 count.
TDP, technical dick pin.
I think we've just came up with an idea for a less popular version of Ultimate Fighting. Here's another question, actually, related to sports that are, I guess, quote unquote barbaric. Mm-hmm. Would you, if you had kids? Well, your kids, John, I know, are older, and Jay, your kids are probably with a some random hooker in the Bronx, right? If you had kids of whatever age, would you let your kids play football? That's the question. Knowing that how much damage it can actually cause to the kids playing football, their heads like getting concussions, and how dangerous it is, would you let your kids play high school football, say?
I have a 10-year-old daughter. My 2 boys are out of high school, and they never gave a shit about any kind of sports, which was cool. That was their thing. I never pushed them for anything. Just like, well, if you do it, I'm going to be that dad that says you got to do it all the way through, even if you think it sucks, because then you'll never want to do it again. My daughter has been the jock, playing softball and stuff, and she played flag football the last couple of years, which is, of course, flag football, no hitting and everything. But around here, because of the goddamn law, girls are allowed to join JFL, just none ever have. And she was going to sign up this year. I was all for it. Her joining JFL. And unfortunately, dance got in the way, which another story entirely, but it was paper shoes that I paid $100 for that can only be used 3 times, and she still had the 3rd time to use them, so I wanted the use out of them. But no, in answer to your question, she's not even in high school. She's going to be 11, and she is going to try out for the JFL team next year.
So the answer is yes.
So yeah, I don't see. I mean, in her case, I don't see you going to any professional level or anything like that. But you're going to have your, in her case, she's not. If she breaks those boundaries, I'm set. I'm set for life. But she can go out there, get knocked around and everything. I've seen her. She got face planted playing flag football. Some kid like 3 times her size came across and just blasted her, and she went down. And instead of coming out, probably because she was so fucking dazed and brain damaged, she stayed in there and just angrily armed tears off of her face.
So
I've never been so proud.
You don't have expectations that she'll make the pro game?
You know what? If she did break those boundaries, that's why I was put on this earth. I was put on this earth to inseminate my wife, finally, to the point where she dropped her out, and she paved the way for female football players everywhere.
That is true. That would be an early retirement.
Yeah. Oh, I wished it from the boys. I mean, oh my God. Just do something. Well, now that you're out, invent something or create the game where,
Yeah.
make the next Minecraft 2, and we're set.
He's beating his son. Why could you go with Facebook? What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh no, that's a fickle bride too. Although she could go minor league. She's into the softball, so maybe we can go somewhere with that. That softball money is just heavy and out there, from what I've heard. Whole professional softball circuit.
Well, speaking of inventing something, Matt came up with 2 more names for our video game that we came up with last week.
Oh, sure.
I saw that. Yeah.
The two new names for Retard Rampage is Tard Terror and Mental Deficiency Mass Destruction.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. MDMD.
So when your daughter, when she turns pro, will that be sooner? I have no idea what I'm saying. So Jay, would you let your kid play football? I guess.
Oh, if either of my boys have been in high school and everything, and you're talking about where they start getting to a level where they're really putting the fucking hurting on each other and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I'd let them go ahead. I mean, there's a million ways you can fucking die. Yeah. Do I really? I mean, am I putting them in harm's way? I'm putting them in harm's way, sending them to school every day. I'm sending them outside of the house, or making the choice to keep them in the house because I'm too scared to send them. I mean, you can't worry about every little thing like that. And they have pretty much made professional football and college football at this point to where nobody fucking gets to hit anybody anymore anyway. So I guess, yeah, to answer your question, let them all play.
Yeah, I would say yes, too.
Let's start taking pads away from them too.
It's rugby.
Yeah, rugby. Rugby players try out for the NFL, though. Everybody wants to be in the big show.
Yeah, when I was going to Vegas, this guy behind me was trying to impress this girl that was sitting next to him. He was like, yeah, I'm a semi-professional rugby player.
Was the response, is there a professional version of that?
Would she have been impressed if he was a professional rugby player? I mean, that's the most unimpressive opening line I could think of.
I'm a
not even amateur
I'm
or
semi-professional.
but semi.
I'm a semi-professional squash player.
I mean, everyone's semi-professional something, right? Isn't that just like a mean nothing title?
Would you
Yeah.
rather be a semi-professional rugby player or be smart?
Or have a good opening
What
line?
does each one pay?
I got some would you rathers. You guys want to do some would you rathers?
Well, Gilliam came up with a would you rather.
Okay, Gilliam.
Would you rather be a super obese that can almost not move, that has sex every day, or athletic and healthy but sex once a year? Both scenarios involve hot girls.
I would have been better if you'd asked the question like both scenarios involve really ugly girls. I'm gonna take the ability to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna go once a year too.
John.
Ooh. Well, being bedridden as I am right now at 1,016 pounds, the hot chick edition would be pretty nice. And where do you think I find the time to do these on the weekends? I don't move 5 feet from where I'm at on any given day.
For those that you don't know, John is doing the show from government protection somewhere in the middle of the country. He won't really tell us where, but it's between California and New York, and there's corn there.
And no neighbors.
And no neighbors for a mile, but when you do meet the neighbors, they get mad at you for using pillowcases on Halloween.
That's right. They do.
Do you guys want to do some would you rathers?
Sure.
Why not? Would you rather? This one actually was for. I made some questions just for Jay. Really, I was. Would
you can
rather
save
have
those for next week because we have to do our rock debate too.
our rock debate? Would you rather? You guys did both this one. Would you rather become allergic to sugar, or would you rather have your significant other break her arm?
Arms heal, right?
Arms heal.
Yeah. Sugar's in everything.
Sugar's in everything.
Yeah.
But you'd be healthier.
I'd be healthier,
Yeah,
but, you know.
Yeah, I'd take the allergy to sugar.
Yeah, no, I think I might go with the
One
broken
more
arm.
broken arm, and they're going to start looking into shit around here. So, yeah. Sugar allergy, here I come.
Would you rather have never been potty trained and thus have to wear a diaper and not be able to control your pooping or peeing for the rest of your life? Or would you rather be a midget?
That one sucks.
Get me the fucking diaper. There's a long history on how I feel about midgets, and we're not going to bring it up on this show.
This might
long
be the,
history?
Fucking diaper.
this might be
yeah.
the only scenario.
Oh, yeah.
This might be the only scenario that gets me to pick midget.
Really? Because you can just wear it. You can still wear a diaper, and you just have to change your diaper. That's all.
You know, like there's a scent when people are wearing diapers.
I don't hang out. Actually, I do hang out with people with diapers, but they're kids.
You ever go to a retirement home? You know who's wearing the diaper.
Yeah, but there it's like everyone wears a diaper, so you could probably hang out in retirement homes.
Mm.
You'd fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
I was at McDonald's this afternoon with my son, the one who was 20 years old. I had to take him to get him some ibuprofen for his wisdom teeth that are wanting to come in and are killing him. And we stopped at McDonald's. And it was real busy at the drive-thru. So, we'll just go inside. This is like fucking 2:30 in the afternoon. And it's packed. And there's just a couple guys there behind the counter. And one of them was what appeared at first glance, and until we got up there, that he was a black midget.
A blidget?
I don't really think they like to be called that, but for
I don't
the
think they've
purpose of
actually
discussion and illustration, sure.
I thought that was the official term. I'm not a dwarf, I'm a blidget,
Bless their
motherfucker.
little blidget hearts. But anyway, I was wrong. He was handicapped. Not that, blidgets are handicapped, but
He was
you know what I mean.
handicapable.
He looked different because when we got up there, he was sitting on a bench. Now,
So he
it's
wasn't a
not even
midget.
like-
He was just sitting
He was
down.
sitting on like a steel bench back behind the cash register.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just don't get.
So you're saying you thought he was a midget, but it was just a person sitting down.
Well, but he kind of had midget mannerisms. So I'm assuming that he was handicapped and they had to have that there for him. But you have to sit him on a bench. He can't, have his chair back there.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I had to worry. I mean, if it's just like a crippled black guy, I'm cool with that. But I don't want some midget serving me my burgers and touching my fucking food. You know what I mean?
But a blipple's fine.
Yeah, I don't. See, like I said, don't get me started on.
John,
on
next
the
time
whole
you
midget thing.
need to post picture, take pictures of the people for the show, so you can
I
better
would love
illustrate
to
to us what
taking
you're
a
talking.
picture of that, but it probably would have been pretty obvious because it just so happened that the person working the register next to him was like enormously tall. So just the whole, yeah, it would have been a great picture, but I probably would have got booed out of there.
I'm just taking a picture of the Bripple.
Yes, the Bripple. Mark, you just became even higher up on my ladder of hero worship with Blipple.
That was Jay.
The Bripple.
I think that was Jay.
That was Jay.
Um,
I know you assume Mark makes all the good ones because he's the star of the show, but
Oh, I know. I know you. It's just y'all sound all the same to me,
I know all us white guys sound the same.
and all us fat bald guys look the same, evidently.
Well, then, yeah, we should all we should definitely sound the same.
would you rather be 7 foot tall and totally unathletic, or 5 foot tall and super athletic?
See, that sucks when you're 7 feet tall and unathletic because everyone asks you if you play basketball.
And you say no, and you're like, why not? I'm just not the most athletic person. Really? Yeah, but I'm an accountant. Why'd you spend all your time working on accounting when you shouldn't have been working your basketball game, moron?
Shouldn't you have just been doing layups?
Yeah, dude, just put your hands up. You can't get in the NBA like that? If I was 7 foot, I'd be in the NBA. What the hell? Get out of here. You're fired.
That's all it takes. Well, you just be tall and raise your hands.
Yeah, every person that's 7 foot in the world is in the NBA. You just something's wrong with you.
Or 5 feet tall and super athletic, huh?
Man, you'd be in the NBA if not for the fact that you're really short.
5 feet tall and super athletic, you could still you can make some serious cash, huh? I might go with 5 feet. I might go with 5 feet.
I feel like 7 feet would still be cooler.
7 feet would be cooler in most scenarios, just not the making $1 million scenarios.
But I feel like even
What about is the cock size proportionate in this question? Like, I mean, you got a 7 foot tall guy's big fucking giant cock, or you have like little 5 foot athletic guys, little dangler. I mean, that's kind of a deal breaker either way.
Well,
I'm
like a 7 foot guy
tall,
with,
and
like,
I'm a fucking accountant, but I've got a fucking dick that I got to hide in my sock. I'm happy with that. I'll take the 7 foot every day. But if I'm a little guy that's really great and athletic and super hyper and excited and fun to be around, and I got, I'm fucking sporting a pinky, nah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. We got to keep this moving if we're going to do another show.
Yes.
Would you rather date a girl who is your same weight, or a girl that is 2 foot taller than you?
Well, that's creepy either way because I'm 6 feet tall and I'm pretty heavy.
Okay, a foot taller than you.
I wouldn't mind dating a giant. I'd go with taller.
I don't know, a foot taller would be really, really, like, you'd look like a little kid at all times.
Yeah, I mean, 7 feet tall would be very tall, but I don't think I'd want to date a 220-pound girl.
That's true.
Unless she was like
7 foot tall.
7 feet tall, yeah.
That's the only way the weight would work out.
Yeah, exactly.
John?
I'm going to have to, again, ask if the cock is proportionate to either one of those sizes.
Would you
I've
rather
been grossly
have?
misinformed as to what the female anatomy consists of.
Would you generally rather hear a "Would you rather," or would you rather that "Would you rather" have a specific? Would rather me tell about the cock part of every story for you?
Oh no, because I know clear or nothing. But
I just want to know
in context, in context, it matters in questions like that. As far as the females, Jesus Christ, it's been so long since I've even looked at interestingly at another female that in terms of really wanting to be with someone. So I would have to say probably the taller one, simply because the tall timber makes for fine splitting.
I would have enjoyed John in high school. Professor, I have a question. I know the train is traveling at 60 miles per hour. The car is traveling at 40 miles per hour, but the drivers, they're cocks. How big are they?
No. See, that's not in context there. You can't take it out of context.
Well, I mean,
If
it
you're
could weigh
talking
the
about
train
being
down.
a little 5 foot wiry guy that's good at playing pickup games down at the fucking playground, or being the 7 foot accountant with the swinging glockenspiel, like I said, I'm with Hans Johnson.
I'm out of would you rather's.
Okay. I have an InfoWars. Do you guys want to do an InfoWars?
Sure. I have a couple of rants also, but yeah, go for the InfoWars.
Okay. InfoWars, we have White House deletes petition to stop Ebola. So what happened is there was a petition for the White House to stop Ebola, but it broke the rules of what you need to do to put up a petition. And I found out that there was 3 petitions that weren't removed for Ebola. And they only removed one, but they made a big stink about the one that got removed on this site. So I went fishing for crazy comments on this one. I kind of cheated. And I wrote, so the 3 Ebola petitions that followed the rules haven't been deleted, but InfoWars is making a big deal about the one who couldn't follow directions. And then I got a crazy comment in response.
Okay. I would have to say the Obama administration knew the responder. That commenter or the person that posted that survey was a white Republican, and Obama is using Ebola to kill off all white Republicans in Texas. I don't know. Got nothing. John?
Oh, Ebola is just the child that occurred when Obama raped the Constitution, and since he's all, you know what? I'm gonna have to stop right there because I was trying to think this one up on the fly, and then I got my whole who's for and against abortion shit backwards, so it's not gonna work. We'll just take that out then. When you edit this, Jason, I know you does a fine job.
Oh, I go through this with a fine-tooth comb.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, my bad, fellas. Carry on.
Can I cut in what John meant to say? Speaking of Ebola, how big is Obama's cock?
Oh, no, I mean, we're all taken for granted. It's a fucking monster, right?
So you guys really didn't pick up on the obvious conspiracy here.
What's the obvious conspiracy?
The 3 which were created to split up the signers so that the numbers on any given one will be smaller. Duh, moron. Just more manipulation so they can refuse to represent us, but deny that is their goal. So basically, the government made petitions to itself to split up the numbers throughout the petitions, so that it doesn't look like a big issue.
I think my favorite joke about Ebola so far, I think, Jay, you may have posted this on Facebook. What was they had a picture of Kim Kardashian and it said, more Americans have married this woman than have died of Ebola.
Yes, I posted that.
I love that one. What do you guys think of Jay, you have another InfoWars, or is that it?
That is it for this week.
Elections happened since we last did the show, and now the country is Republican. How excited are you?
Well, I mean, they blamed everything on the Democrats, so everything should be just awesome for the next 2 years now.
I can't imagine anything being even remotely different.
It's not, because now they immediately said that it's a trap if they do anything. So they're going to wait the next 2 years.
We're not going to fall for this idea of governing. Screw you guys.
Either that, or even if they try and do something, now the Democrats will filibuster as revenge for the Republicans filibustering for the last 6 years. So the whole thing's a mess and nothing will ever happen.
You guys need to relax. I guess maybe growing up in the Midwest, the one thing it has done is taught me that politics is exactly like professional wrestling. We are taught to believe that there's a side that's the good side and a side that's the bad side. And they keep it built up so that each side, has their time in the spotlight and everything. And we all root for that one or the other. Just relax. You might have 2 years of the bad guy here, but then the good guys will come back around and everything will be fine.
I think both sides are the bad guy, though. That's my problem.
My belief on it is kind of the entire point of government is to help the rich and placate everyone else.
Yeah, to collect corporate sponsors and just make a lot of money.
And
you wouldn't do it if it was you. You wouldn't do it if you had a chance to get in on that money. I mean, that money was actually, that money and that power, that station in life was right there for you. You would say, "Get thee behind me, politicians."
I guess enough people get corrupted by it that it must be a pretty powerful force when you get there. When they say like, "Hey, you could help people, or you could swim in dollars and $100 bills and be like Scrooge McDuck." I would like to help
you're
people.
Coke off of these hookers' tits and everything. I mean, these guys aren't exactly straight laced.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't mean it doesn't have to piss me off. I mean, I may do the exact same thing.
That's why they split it up into good guy, bad guy. You kind of pissed off about this or that, but well, wait, the good guys are doing something. To me, it's a bunch of wealthy men that don't know who John Wilcox is, and nor do they care.
No, they definitely don't care. Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of things that as equally piss me off as politics, cut up fruit at the supermarket.
Okay, now you've intrigued me. Go on.
I've noticed recently, in the last couple of years in particular, or maybe the last 10, I don't know when they started doing it, but at some point you went to the grocery store, and it wasn't just you could buy fruit, it was, hey, we could cut the fruit up ahead of time, package it, and charge you like 4 times as much, and you'll buy it because you don't know how to use a knife.
This sounds like an amazing 1001's rant for the website.
I was at the supermarket, they get so lazy. There was half a cantaloupe. They just cut the cantaloupe in half and put some plastic on it, and it was $4.95. The next to it is the entire cantaloupe for $5.95. Do you pay $4.95 for them to cut it in half for you, or do you, for the extra $1, you get the entire cantaloupe?
It's true. Yeah, it's like any bit of work they take away from you, they charge double, and people eat that shit up. They really do.
If you can't,
they literally
if you can't tell the difference. If you go to a store, I mean, I happen to be a lucky guy who can, but can either of you fellas thump and or smell where the stem was on a cantaloupe and tell if you got a good fresh one? Some people might be paying that extra buck just to see, hey, this is cut in half. I know that's a good cantaloupe.
Apparently you bought the $4.95 cantaloupe.
No, I can thump and sniff one with the best of them, so I don't need to. But
I just stick my cock in them, and I know which one's good.
Well, there you go. If you have some way of telling, but I'm just saying, if you don't and you want a good cantaloupe, you got your mouth all ready for the taste of some cantaloupe. You don't want to get home and, oh, this is overripe. It's not ripe enough. You got one they cut in half. You're like, ooh, that's the fucking color. That looks like a cantaloupe I'm going to eat when I get home. I'd pay the extra buck, I guess, for the convenience if I didn't know.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, if I didn't know.
I mean, you go in there also, they'll cut up watermelon for you, and the thing of watermelon would be like $10, and then you walk over, the actual whole watermelon's like $6. It's like something like they have the most ridiculous prices
charge.
Oh. I know it's a convenience charge, but I feel like the convenience charge should go away because they'd say, "Oh, no one that came to the supermarket this past year was this dumb, so we stopped selling it this way."
Right. Or forget about it if it's mixed fruit. If it's cut up mixed fruit, you're paying like $20 for like a little basket.
I mean, how would I get blueberries and strawberries in the same basket? Impossible.
It's
Can't do
physically impossible. I don't know who these wizards are in the back room or doing these Harry Potter spells, but
Fruit ninjas.
yeah, this is some science fiction shit. I'm paying $20 for that.
Boss, why don't we put the mangoes and the pineapples together? Promotion. You're a genius, Bob.
Yeah, I like that rant.
Yeah, and they even have now, this I saw at, I don't want to name the person's house, but someone's house I know very well. I went to their house, and they were very excited about this. They said, you have this potato, you could just stick it in the microwave, and you'll make the potato. I was like, isn't that how potatoes normally work? No. They wrap it in plastic for you, so you put it in the microwave, and it gets made perfectly ready when it's microwave ready potatoes.
So they put
How much extra is that?
It's more than the regular cost of potato.
So
That
for
is
like a
ridiculous.
sheet of plastic wrap? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
they cover it in plastic wrap, and so that way when you can put it right in the microwave when you get home, as opposed to normally when you can put it right in the microwave.
You don't even need plastic
Or
wrap
on
for
a
a potato.
plate?
The amazing. It's almost like when they did that years ago, and I'm glad this one failed. But when they combined peanut butter and jelly in the same jar, they were like,
Oh,
"Here, America, this is how little we think of you." And at least America said, "Fuck you, we're not buying that."
Mr. Show made fun of that like 10 years ago when they were doing mustard and mayo in the same jar, mustard mayonnaise. And like the guy missed his daughter's graduation because he was making sandwiches all day.
Oh, I should see that skit.
Next time you come over, I'll play it for you. It's great.
Okay. What else you guys want to rant about?
Did you do trick or treating for Halloween? We didn't even cover Halloween in our Halloween episode.
Didn't we cover Halloween?
I didn't tell you about how I almost peed myself.
Was that like?
whoa, slow down.
So, you've intrigued me, Jay. You almost peed yourself. In other words, you didn't.
I didn't. No, I
That's
had
a crazy story about
I
you
had to
peeing
be
yourself.
sneaky. Well, the thing is,
Yeah, I have one of those for the other 364 days of the year.
Did I tell you how I almost died yesterday? I did. But...
all right, I hate you. What do you want to do, star of the show?
There's a George Carlin bit. He's talking about airplanes, and they call, when two airplanes almost hit each other, they call it a near miss. And he was like, "Isn't a near miss a crash?"
Yeah, that's true.
I wanted to rant about the microwave and shortcut buttons.
The microwaving shortcut buttons?
No, on your microwave. The apartment I
Yeah,
live in.
I think I know where this is going, and I'm all ears.
The apartment I live in, a microwave comes with the apartment. One day, about 2 weeks ago, the microwave stopped working. So they gave us a new microwave. And by new microwave, I think the microwave was from like 1992. It looks like an older microwave. It has like 300 shortcut buttons on here. Everything from popcorn to fresh vegetables to rice, the soup, the fish fillet, the frozen dinner. Has anyone ever thought, "Oh, thank God we have these shortcut buttons"? I don't think anyone's ever actually used a shortcut button on a microwave since basically they were first invented.
Yeah, don't you just put everything in for 30 seconds and see what happens?
Yeah, you put everything in at 30 seconds or a minute, but like you're not like, "Oh,
Not
good thing."
popcorn, though.
I would never figure out how long to put popcorn in, if not for the fact they have a popcorn.
Popcorn gives you those fucked up. You see this? I'm not going to go off on a rant about it, but I feel strongly about it. It's popcorn in the microwave, and it just, you don't get a specific time. You get a rounded time, like anywhere from 2.5 to 5 fucking minutes, and you have to listen for the frequency of the pops to hit a specific time interval between the pops to know that it's fucking done.
That's
I
the
can
whole
just throw
fun
it
of
in
making
there,
popcorn.
go take a piss, it starts beeping, it's done, I pull it out. Because if you don't listen for that, you either have a bag full of fucking kernels, because once you stop it and you start it again, it's never the same.
Yeah, but the
And
shortcut
if
button.
you wait too long, it's burnt.
That's the whole fun of making popcorn.
Well, the shortcut button does not. Oh no! I agree with you there. Fuck the shortcut button for popcorn.
It's not like your microwave version of Siri where it's like paying attention for you.
Right.
So I have a rice button. Great.
Siri is
I have a
completely
soup button.
racist, by the way.
Why is that?
Oh, my girlfriend's got an accent, and Siri cannot understand shit from when she says. She's like, "Siri, look up directions," and Siri's like, "I don't know what you're trying to tell me," because you're Asian. And she hasn't gotten Siri to do one goddamn thing for her.
Oh my God, I really wish it had actually said that.
Siri's like,
I don't know what you're saying because you're Asian. It
Yes.
just kept
Yeah,
saying.
Siri can actually pick up from your dialect and voice inflection what race you are,
apparently
and
if it's
then
not
choose
white.
to
yeah.
ignore you based on that. That's a flaw, Apple marketing. What the fuck were you thinking?
She's like, I'm sorry, Siri only speaks American. Come back later.
Genius Bar, can I buy the add-on that makes my iPhone not racist?
That's an extra $79.99. And you have to sync up your iPhone to your computer every day to do it. That's what Apple likes doing. They like having updates every 30 minutes, and you have to sync up every device in your house to get it to work. But at least it's more expensive, so that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, you're paying for something nice and shiny.
Jay, what were you going to say before I interrupted you?
Oh, well, no, I was just I went to the Halloween parade, and
You almost peed yourself. Ha ha ha! Good story.
yeah. So now what do you want to talk
Good.
about?
Tell us your Halloween story. What happened?
Well, they corral you in this area. First of all, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I could hold my pee about 8 times as long 5 years ago. I don't know if that's just me or that's like in once we hit our 30s, like you can't hold it for hours at a time. I don't remember having to go this often.
You can't because you always did before. That's what I think. Because I used to be able to hold my pee like a champ, but I think that it's true. You do lasting damage.
Yeah, because I remember like going to parties and it would be like hours. I'd go to a party for like 3 hours and then go home and I didn't go to the bathroom at all. And now it's like, if I go like an hour, it's a long time. So they corral you at the beginning of the parade, I guess because, they don't want 50,000 people all marching at once. So it's like an hour before you even start walking. And then once you start walking in the parade, they don't let you leave until you hit the very end of the parade. So this was a very long...
You can't duck out of the parade. You can't be like, yeah, fuck this. I got to go piss.
Well, I had to. It wasn't happening. This was an emergency situation. I had made a special potion, and I think that accelerated the process. And so I went into a Chinese restaurant, and they asked if I had reservations. I said, "Oh yeah, my friends are in the back. I'm going to go meet them back there." And then I just ran right into the bathroom, and then I came out, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't see them. They must not be here." And they started yelling at me because they knew what I was doing.
It was too late, though. They can't make you take that pee back.
No, it was too late. It was already done, and it didn't affect them at all. And they got angry anyway. But I got to go back in the parade and actually enjoy the last 3 blocks without just being in my pants. This was also the 3rd straight year where I got a costume that was a onesie, and I got to stop doing that. Really, it's probably the worst decision you can make on Halloween to get a onesie costume.
What was your costume?
I was Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I was Night Owl from The Watchmen, and I was Space Ghost, and they're all onesie costumes, and it's just the worst. So think about that if you guys get elaborate Halloween costumes next year.
I'm thinking that you should, where that particular Chinese restaurant that you ducked into, I think that you should find a place on the building to make a mark. And then you should just start doing that regularly and marking that building every time you go in there, and then they like chase you out with cleavers and like chickens and ducks running behind them.
Always in a different costume.
You couldn't use our bathroom.
I should go in there once a month in a different costume every time.
Yeah, and make your mark on the building. Always mark the building. Let it know you were there. Let them know.
Every month, it should be your goal to run into the place, get to the bathroom, and get out surviving.
Yeah, especially like the 5th or 6th time, it is ridiculous. The 2nd or 3rd, it should be like, no, we call the cops. Actually, it probably wouldn't be like, we call the cops. It'd be like, sir, we're going to call the police if you continue to do this.
Mm-hmm.
If you could get to like 5 or 6 times, it's turned into a fucking sitcom. It's turned into beyond belief. Oh,
like,
here
we're-
it comes again, and then you have some super awesome ruse that gets them once again, and then you go out and put your mark on the building.
By
they're
like
like-
the seventh or eighth time, I think they would come to embrace it.
I would love it if you were just if you just said to them, they said the bathroom is only for customers. You go, I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't speak Asian.
You can have so much fun with it, and really, actually, a smaller chance of getting actually fucking punched or beat up than you would think.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'd get fired if they punched me.
No, and everybody's afraid they got a camera on them anyway, especially when somebody's doing something stupid like that. You wouldn't even have to have a camera; just you have the threat of a camera. Like, is this guy doing this all the time because there's some fucking show doing this? Where's that? There's an implied threat of a camera, so you're safe. I mean, if somebody jacks you, you're probably going to get some bank out of it. So
we got some Facebook questions.
I'm down for it. I would like if you could, Jason, to post every time that you do make the mad dash in and out.
Sure, I'll just have a couple drinks and then take a subway ride down there because it takes about 45 minutes, and I'll be raring to go by the time
and walk a little bit too. You know, like stand around outside of it for an hour.
No, I gotta
in.
just bust in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
William writes, "Do you miss the strap-on jokes?"
No, I thought it was funny for maybe the first week, and the 7 weeks after it, I thought it was kind of lame.
John, on our show, people were making jokes about us liking strap-ons, and that went on for the entire summer. Rob writes, "What is the dumbest thing you guys have ever done, and why did you do it?"
Where are you getting these questions?
From the Knicks page. I
okay.
posted on the Knicks page also because I want to get questions from people.
Gotcha. Dumbest thing I've ever done, and why did I do it? Do you guys want to go first? I got to think about this for a second. I have a long list of dumb things I've done.
I've done a million dumb things, but I can think of one example I always tell people when they ask for a dumb story.
Mm-hmm.
I was one summer, maybe before I went to college, I was working at a refreshment stand at a town pool, and one of the parts of the job was taking out the garbage, and I used to like throw the garbage over the fence,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to have fun with it. So I'd like go like I was doing like some kind of like Olympic throw, like a wind up and throw, and anyway, it happened to be where I was throwing is right by where all the customers were online,
Mm-hmm.
and I like a big throw, and the garbage bag burst open, and all our customers were covered in garbage,
That's pretty funny.
and I shockingly didn't get fired.
Let's see. I was driving around bored on a Friday with one of my buddies. This is in high school, and we decided to, in the front seat of my car, light a pair of jeans on fire, and then stop at a red light with this like blaze in front of us just to see the reaction of the car next to us at the red light. Which was hilarious. Just in retrospect, it was probably extremely dangerous. Because it was like me, a fire up to the ceiling, and then my buddy.
You lit a fire in your car?
Yeah. But the reaction of the guy next to us was really funny, so it was worth it.
Okay, that does sound stupid. John?
The dumbest I ever felt was the first time I ever tried German potato salad.
I don't even know what that is.
I think everyone understands what you're talking about. Let's move on.
I have no idea.
It's hot.
What are you talking
The
about?
Germans serve their fucking potato salad hot. I guess, in the Midwest, potato salad is a big thing. And having cold, fucking properly chilled potato salad, all of my life, somebody's like, oh, here, I made potato salad. It's German potato salad. I'm like, well, what's German potato salad? I like potato salad, and Germans, they do brats and everything. This would be great. No, it was fucking hot potato salad. And the sauce is just like a straight fucking like vinegar mustard base sauce. It's horrible. I think it's got raisins in it and shit. It's fucking hideous.
Why is
Surely that you need to explore further into
is
that. The whole German potato salad thing. That's
why is potato salad a big thing in the Midwest?
I don't know, but it is. It's a very big thing. As far as recipes, do you add bacon? Do you not add bacon to it?
How
Are you
fat
a
is
mayonnaise and mustard potato
how
salad?
fat
or
is the
straight
Midwest?
Very.
Oh, huge. Are you shitting me?
Oh my
fuck.
God. We're really big into adding lard into potatoes. Potatoes, I mean, like we could just fry them. Let's add the lard and let's talk about the recipes. Can we add bacon? Should we just have a cow shit on it and eat it?
You didn't know John's like anorexic in the Midwest.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have no idea. I don't know what John actually looks like. So, John, describe yourself.
Go to brinkofsanityshow.com. There's a picture of all you guys.
Okay, John.
Oh,
start.
yeah, I forgot that flattering motherfucker was on there.
We have forums that haven't been updated in I still update the episodes everyone's on. So if you go to the guest host section, I don't know why I still update them, but I do. So you can see what episodes everyone is on. If you like a certain co-host, you can go on there and see all the episodes they were on.
You'll learn if you want to avoid me, you shouldn't listen to the show at all.
Or I guess start before episode 36. I think that was your first episode.
Oh. There's no way I've been on 170 episodes.
No. You've been on like 90 episodes.
I've wasted that much of my life.
Yeah.
That's a lot of my life I've wasted with you.
And 260 episodes of the Knicks podcast.
I could have been on that many episodes of the Knicks podcast. That can't be real.
So we've done over 300 hours of bullshit. Yeah.
By the way, the Knicks lost tonight. The Knicks were freaking
course
terrible.
they
I am going to scream about the Knicks tomorrow night.
Is that it for the Facebook questions? Because we got one Twitter question.
We got one more, actually.
Okay.
What was the funniest thing you ever saw on Facebook post for the Brink website? I'm going to take that to mean just on Facebook, something that pisses me off, because whatever. Someone I went to college with posted this on their Facebook page, and there was just one of those statements, it shouldn't piss me off so much, but it pissed me off because it was so ridiculous. They wrote, a former boss once told me, everything comes together in your 30s. At 25, I rolled my eyes and thought, whatever, that's old. I can have that. I can have that now. A day before 35, I knowingly smiled back at that silly young woman. The 30s really are a decade to thrive. I didn't really hate that person from college, but now I do.
Yeah, that's just super lame.
That is like the lamest. Why do people go on Facebook and post this shit?
You realize how crazy people are once you're friends with them on Facebook.
Oh my God. Like when I was in my 30s, but in 25, I rolled my eye. Hey, dumb bitch. Who the fuck cares? Stop being a dumb cliche and do something else.
I mean, you realize how crazy people are once you friend them on Facebook. Like, oh, you're a fucking maniac. Great. Now I get to see all these stupid posts.
I can't believe all you people I know and deal with every day are actually that fucking racist. Oh, my God.
It's like, I could see
I
what
get on
you're posting,
Facebook,
right?
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm friends with you? Really? And these are people I actually know, but like in day-to-day interactions, you don't catch any of that. And then, get on Facebook and just see some of the shit that they share, and it's like, wow.
What you learn is that people can be sane in like small doses in social situations, but when left to their own devices, the real them comes out.
Well, John, I'm gonna friend you on Facebook tomorrow and invite you to my Blidget fan group.
Outstanding.
John never posts now that he's on the lam.
Yes, I try and keep it on the, as the kids say, the down low.
What are you running from the government again for?
Oh, all kinds of fraud and stuff like that.
He steals one house, and all of a sudden they're angry at him.
Yeah, I steal one house and then run out in the middle of the night. Now it's like, ooh, we're going to find you, and you're going to pay us the money you agreed to pay us. Whatever, fucking Hitler.
Could you? I would love to get more details on this. What actually happened? What are you talking about?
I think he exactly explained what happened just now.
Wouldn't it be funnier to find out?
I think that was an exact
synopsis. I can't make it any more succinct. I'm sorry.
I think from last show we learned that you lived in a house for 17 years. Is that correct? And then no longer live in that house, and you got foreclosed upon.
Yeah, just because I quit making the payment.
And then somehow you're on the lam.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on
happened?
the run. The cops got my gun, and right about now, it's time to have some fun.
Yeah, I don't get what part of the story you're not following.
What's our Twitter question?
The Twitter question is the other week I was getting mad at article titles. You know how everyone's like, Billy just wanted a bowl of cereal, and what happened next will make your fucking brain explode. Because everyone wants the page clicks.
Yeah.
So there's a site, and it's always one of the things with these stupid articles. They always say mind-blowing. This website is called thisblew-my-mind.com. And
sweet.
the articles are all titled like this, and he thought this one was particularly a good example. He grabs a pumpkin and draws a circle on it. What he does next is simply awesome. Oh, please, I gotta know what happens to that pumpkin. Click, click, click. Take my money.
Actually, I don't think when you click, you don't actually get the money.
They don't take, but they get money. That's the whole reason people title articles like this, because for some reason page clicks mean more than like site hits. So if you get somebody to go to your site and click on like 5 different pages, you get a lot more, Google respect or tokens.
No, it's a numbers game. It's just if you're throwing your image, your whatever you have out there, and if it's getting just clicked on, it's just a fucking click. You might be clicking through. It doesn't matter. It's a numbers game. There's an opportunity. More people are going to see that, and a chance for it to be remembered and consumed.
But now every site has every article titled like that, and it just pisses me
Oh,
off.
I know.
I mean, it's like, Aunt Martha went out to get the mail. What happens next will fucking blow your mind. And then
You'll almost piss yourself.
Yeah.
He was reading the internet. He clicked on a link. What happened next will blow your mind because he clicked on the link again.
But after he clicked on the link, what happens next will rape your grandmother.
What happens next will make your anus prolapse.
It's the worst. Stop naming your website things like that. It's stupid.
That should be your website right there. Stop naming your websites stuff like that. It's stupid.com.
What was the website called?
Thisblew-my-mind.com.
We should just name the website What Happens Next Will Blow Your Mind.
Yeah. I mean, I love Cracked, but last year they did everything was mind-blowing. They stopped that, thank God, but it was always 6 mind-blowing reasons, blah blah blah.
It'd be better if they had like more interesting like beginnings of the stories. He got AIDS from a chimpanzee. What happened next will amaze. Wait, how to get AIDS from the chimpanzee? No, that part of the story is not the interesting part.
The mind-blowing part's the interesting part.
He was having sex with a Buick. What happened next will amaze you.
I mean, there's nothing mind-blowing that's going to come out of drawing a circle on a pumpkin. I don't give a shit. Nothing is going to amaze me from that story. That's just stupid.
Oh, I think somebody had something happen when they were young with a pumpkin in a circle. The answer will astound you.
I mean,
he spent 6 days
arouse you.
He spent 6 days naked in the Andes, bleeding from the anus. What happened next will amaze you.
No, the first part kind of amazed me, but yeah.
I would that. What did you click on the link? What happened next?
No, I didn't click on the link. You want me to click on the link?
Yeah, I am intrigued. What happened next?
All right, let's see what the fuck happens next. I'm gonna click on it. He grabs a pumpkin.
Has it been circled yet?
Is that it? Easy tips and tricks for use for Halloween.
If you want to be able to take the top out of your pumpkin and you don't know if you can do it right, just draw this circle right up here around where the pointy part comes out of the top.
All
Is
right,
that the
I'm
video?
gonna try that on the computer. That can't. I did that on my phone. That can't be it. I mean, my God, that was really it. Tips for fucking pumpkins.
Aren't you blown away?
You're not blown away. You can actually eat the seeds, and you can cook them, put salt in them.
I'm partially prolapsed now.
I don't know our Twitter password for the Brink of Sanity.
Jay set up a Twitter account for the Brink of Sanity. He didn't know his password. What happened next will blow your mind.
What happens next is he doesn't finish the bit because he doesn't know the password.
I hope we get tons of feedback on the Brink of Sanity Twitter page.
Oh yeah, all right. I got in. All right. Okay,
Probably
so
fucking slunging right now.
I'm clicking on it. What he does next is simply awesome. Yes,
He spent 16 years being raped by his uncle. What happened next will blow your mind.
it really is 10 life hacks for Halloween.
Life hacks? Isn't that term overused?
Yes, this whole site is just overused cliche terms.
And Jay's just giving them
ClichéTerms.com.
Jay's just giving them money. Click, click, click. And Jay thinks he actually has to mail them money. I don't know how to use the internet. Here's some more money. The dear life hack. Here's $1.
This is some other articles. I thought it was just a dining table, but then I saw what it does. What the?
Could you keep reading that?
He captured the ellipses perfectly there. Oh my God.
What else was there?
He thought he was home alone. What his roommate caught him doing. Hilarious.
Are these real? Or are you making these up?
This is real.
Click on that one, please.
Do
I bet he
really
was
have
carving a pumpkin.
You really want me to give these guys page clicks?
I won't give a shit.
Oh, God. All right, let's see what his roommate caught him
I bet he
doing.
was trying to carve a pumpkin, but he couldn't until somebody showed him how to draw a circle.
I was carving my pumpkin.
All
You
right.
know what I mean.
All right, I clicked on it. Sometimes when your favorite song comes on, it's just easy to bust out into dance. Unfortunately for this guy, when he felt compelled to bust a move while washing his floors, his roommate just happened to catch him in the act. Not only did he catch him, but he recorded it. Brook, brook, brook. Yeah.
Then he challenged him to ultimate gay fighting.
This bag was found on the side of the road. What was inside? A miracle. This is a real site.
Click on it.
Yeah, what was in the basket, man? It was a miracle.
I gotta know. I gotta know.
I want a miracle basket.
He was
Maybe I wouldn't have to hide anymore.
He was born the Son of God. He was killed for the world's sins. What happened next will blow your mind.
It was a dog that was shot with birdshot and tied into the garbage bag and left to die. That doesn't sound like a miracle to me.
I think they should. We should do a religion. We should do a site about religion like this. It's not they should sell religion to you. He was escaping Egypt with his people, and then there was the Red Sea in front of him. What happened next when he put his hands up will blow your mind.
This man asked for a divorce. How his wife responded? Perfect.
She said yes.
This is the worst sight. A baby elephant steps on a landmine and loses a leg. Then she meets an angel.
I don't know if you're making these up anymore.
You just made that one up, right? That
No.
can't be that.
That is real.
Because that, I don't know why it's so funny, but I can't think of anything funnier right now than just a baby elephant steps on a landmine.
This guitar shop
Nobody's with me
owner.
on that? Nowhere? No?
This guitar shop owner stops this boy from singing. What happens next? Amazing.
Let's try to come up with our own, John. Here's the game. John and I will come up with one, each of us, and then you'll read one, and then we'll see which one's crazier.
Okay.
He was licking an ice cream cone in Afghanistan. What happened next will amaze you.
He opened his fridge and reached in. What he pulled out will make you reconsider what God you believe in.
This
Okay.
guy burglarized an orphanage. What happens next? Amazing.
Okay, 1-0 Jay.
I burglarized an orphanage. Who would do that? Blowing up baby elephants and everything, that's cool, but who's going to rob orphans? They got no parents. They've already been robbed.
Trying to find the people who have the least in life and try to make their lives worse.
Yeah, exactly. God, poor orphans, man. That whole orphan thing's got to fucking suck.
Yeah, it's probably the worst.
He got caught in the rain without an umbrella. What happened next will make you believe in God.
You want to do one, John?
Oh, no, I thought you were getting ready to throw one more.
No, John. When I pause, it's your turn, John.
Oh, it's like the whole round of rules. Okay. Okay, here we go. You all sat around and waited for what John was about to say. What came out of his mouth next will blow you away.
Okay, these are two pretty weak ones. Jay?
The girls that live here have Down syndrome. How their brothers respond? Perfect. And it's
Wow.
there's a picture of a house with "Get Out of Town retard" spray painted on it.
Oh, get out of town retard. Why would you write "get out of town retard"? You know the retards can't read that.
It's also spelled REETEED.
Now I know the idea for my next tattoo.
All right, we have passed the hour mark, so we should probably wrap this up.
The show had passed the hour mark. What happened next will blow your toupee off. What did we learn today?
We learned that we can have a lot of fun with really annoying website article titles.
We learned nothing about John's life on the lam.
We learned that
Exactly.
when John clearly explains a story, Mark still does not follow.
Yeah, I've explained my story many a time. Actually, I think it was the Lifetime adaptation of it that Meredith Baxter Burney, we were so honored and flattered, played my wife.
Huh?
In
that
the Lifetime adaptation of my story of my life on Lamb, my wife and I were both pleased and flattered that they chose Meredith Baxter Burney to play my wife.
Well, if it was on Lifetime,
I was unfortunately played by Paul Giamatti, so I kind of fucking blew.
well,
There's
if
who's
it
the
was
comedian that's really pale? That makes fun of it a lot.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, he has a whole bit about next on Lifetime, the movie called Rod. Meredith Baxter Burney gets beaten with a rod.
Exactly. I was just about to say, if it was on the Lifetime, there has to be a scene where you're beating your wife, John.
And it has to be Meredith Baxter Burney, too.
Yeah.
I sometimes
Or-
I would say my wife really likes watching the Lifetime movies, and I try to sometimes I'll walk in and try to guess what happened. It's usually something along the lines of either spousal abuse, or someone's getting touched, or someone got raped by their high school sweetheart.
Those are the only three programs they have.
Yeah,
Oh, no, greatest one they had. There was one with, who was the mom from Who's the Boss? Anyone?
Mrs.
Whatever.
Boss.
Yeah,
Mrs. Danza.
Mrs. Stanza. Yeah.
Yes, Mrs. Danza. Not Mona, not old Mona, but the actual mother. She was in a Lifetime movie called Men Don't Tell. If you want to IMDb this for future reference or watching, please do. It's called Men Don't Tell. And it was her, I believe, Bruce Boxleitner. And he plays the abused husband of a drunken and abusive wife.
Oh, wow.
Called Men Don't Tell.
Turning the
My
tables.
God. It's the greatest movie ever made if you like to sit and get fucked up and watch stupid movies like that for fun. So
Does it end with like a scene in the courtroom where the judge just calls him a pussy?
no. That's his whole fear. That's why men don't tell Mark.
Oh,
It ended with him though breaking down in tears because people finally understood his plight.
oh.
Mona was a gilf.
No.
No.
God, no. Florida Evans was, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Why are
right.
these people even still here?
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go.
This is the end.
Say goodbye.